India's Met Department has said that severe heatwave conditions will continue in several states through the weekend. The heatwave warning comes as voting is underway across several Indian states for the second phase of the general elections. Now, this phase includes parts of the eastern state of Bihar, where 5 districts will vote today, and temperatures over 5.1 degrees Celsius above the seasonal average were recorded this week. Karnataka in the south and parts of Uttar Pradesh are also likely to vote amid heat waves. Isolated parts of Odisha, West Bengal, Jharkhand, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra are expected to experience heat wave conditions during this period.
So basically, past few days, it was too much heat. Now, since 2 to 3 days, the heat wave is very less. So, even, at our home, we have senior citizens. We are advising, to drink more water, have fruits, so that, it will give you immunity, drink electrolytes, fluids, more fluids. And also, its heat wave is so much that, people working on the streets or, the local people that are there, they will be very much affected. So, government should do something so that, the local people who are there, who are hawkers who are there, International Labour Day is also coming. For them, there should be, government should be doing something, at least providing water, water facilities to them so that, it will really help them. And more importantly, we should build more trees, so that, this heat wave should not be affected.
No significant change in maximum temperatures is expected over northwest and east India during the next 24 hours. A gradual rise of 2 to 4 degrees Celsius is expected after that. Central India may experience a rise of 4 to 6 degrees Celsius in maximum temperatures over the next 24 hours, with no significant change thereafter. Earlier this week, India's poll body said that it had formed a task force to review the impact of heat waves and humidity before each round of voting. Media reports indicate that the decision could have been taken out of concerns that the intense heat might result in a dip in voter turnout. The Commission said it had no major concern about the impact of hot temperatures on today's vote, but it added that it closely monitored weather reports and would ensure the comfort and well-being of voters along with polling personnel.
The India's Meteorological Department, that's the IMD, has issued a heat wave warning, a red alert for extreme heat wave for some parts of India's financial capital city Mumbai and its neighboring districts like Raigad and Thane from April 27 to April 29, that is for 3 consecutive days. IMD has issued a lot of precautionary measures as well. It has advised people to stay hydrated, to drink sufficient water and to drink juices as well, which can really keep you cool and calm, especially during these heat days. Remember, this is the second such warning that India's financial capital city has received for heat wave, and this is not restricted to Mumbai alone. The IMD has issued similar precautions for the coming days as well, especially in other states also like Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and even other districts of Maharashtra. It has predicted that from April to June, heat wave could occur for more than 20 days in a month. So it is going to be extremely hot, especially till June is what the IMD has predicted in certain parts of the country. With video journalist Siddesh, this is Isha Shah reporting here for WION World is One from Mumbai.
An expert group of scientists have said that global warming caused by fossil fuel emissions is probably responsible for the intense rains that lashed the UAE and Oman last week. Now, a study published by the World Weather Attribution Group has found that extreme rainfall in El Nino years has become 10 to 40% heavier in the region affected. The study added that climate change caused by fossil fuel emissions is the probable reason, but cannot be pinpointed with certainty. 21 people died in Oman and 4 in the United Arab Emirates, which was battered by the heaviest rainfall since records began for the desert Gulf state 75 years ago. The UAE and Oman are oil-producing states already suffering extreme heat brought on by global warming. But last week's floods revealed the additional risk of exceptional weather events as the planet heats up. A WWA member and professor at Zurich's ETH University said, and I quote here, "The UAE and Oman floods have shown that even dry regions can be strongly affected by precipitation events, a threat that is increasing with increasing global warming due to fossil fuel burning." End of quote. The UAE last year hosted the United Nations COP28 climate talks, during which nations reached a landmark agreement to transition away from fossil fuels. Both the UAE and Oman are investing in renewable energy and have pledged to decarbonize their domestic economies, excluding the fossil fuels they sell overseas. But like other oil producers, including the United States, they are building up their capacities to cater for an expected rise in demand. The UAE is still grappling with the flood's fallout, with warnings of potential disease and infections from water that has been standing in high temperatures for more than a week. Now in Kenya, heavy rain and floods have mounted numerous fatalities. The search for the survivors is on as several major towns have been inundated. Here's a report.
Collins Abondo is sifting through the rubble of what was once his mother's home in Nairobi's Mathare slum after deadly floods pounded East Africa. He lost 4 family members in the floods, including his mother, and says he personally retrieved their bodies from the debris.
This is exactly the place. This is where we found them.
Mathare lies along the Nairobi River in Kenya. The community expects more victims will be found as floodwaters recede. On Thursday, Kenya's military was deployed to help residents and volunteers search for loved ones. The floods have displaced more than 20,000 households, with dozens of people killed, according to the Red Cross. East Africa was hit by record floods during the last rainy season in late 2023. Scientists say climate change is causing more intense and frequent extreme weather events. Officials have warned that above normal rainfall is expected for the next week.
Over 118 inmates escaped from a prison facility in Nigeria. The incident took place on Wednesday night. According to a prison service spokesperson, prisoners escaped when heavy rains damaged the facility in Suleja near the Nigerian capital. So far, at least 10 inmates have been recaptured by the service agents. The statement has given no detail on the identities or affiliation of the escaped prisoners yet. Prison breaks have become a major security concern in Nigeria, where overcrowding, like we were telling you, prison breaks have become a major security concern in Nigeria, where overcrowding, underfunding and lax security measures have created conditions for escape.
Obviously, because of force majeure, the storm that happened, there was a breach of the outer wall of this facility, and some of the inmates, escaped. And of course, we've been able to retrieve, get about 10 back out of the 119. So we have 109 at large, and the manhunt is presently ongoing. We will do everything humanly possible to make sure that everyone is brought back.
Thousands of inmates have escaped in recent years due to weak infrastructure and militant attacks. A July 2022 Islamic State attack on a high-security prison in the capital of Abuja led to around 440 inmates escaping prison. For more on this, our correspondent Louisa Olani has sent us this report. Listen in.
After recording a clean sheet of 0 jailbreaks and attacks in all 253 custodial centers across the country in 2023, the Nigerian Correctional Services have announced on Thursday that about 119 inmates fled its prison located in Suleja, Niger State, after a heavy downpour that wreaked havoc on the facility. Now, jailbreaks in many forms is not new across some prison facilities in Nigeria, as about 18 cases of jailbreaks occurred between 2015 to 2022 in Nigeria. 8 of these occurrences were recorded between 2021 and 2022, with over 4,000 escapee inmates reportedly still at large. A similar incident occurred in central Nigeria, Kogi State in 2019, where torrential rainfall allowed more than 100 inmates to escape from the prison. Authorities, however, say that 10 of Wednesday's fleeing inmates have been recaptured. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION, for this one.
Well, we come to the end of our Climate Tracker segment there, but news and updates continue on the bulletin.